Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tonya, and if you're returning, well today we're going to be working on our fall series. In this series, I'm going to be creating a sunflower rake door greeter and also a pumpkin bouquet. These two traditional fall designs turned out so pretty and I think you're going to love them. Now we're going to go ahead and get started with this sunflower rake. Now I picked up this orange rake back in the springtime and I'm going to be using some of that ultra black spray paint. And I just give it a good coat. Now I'm going to be taking a candle and just wiping that over all of the sharp edges on this design. And I would like to give a shout out to Deidre at Upcycled Life for that tip with the candle, and I thought I would give it a try on my designs and it worked wonderful. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add a nice heavy coat of the chalk paint that I mixed up with the plaster of Paris and cover it really well. And you want to make sure that you dry this really well before you start to sand any of the paint off where I had rubbed it with the wax. Now you can see as I'm sanding this off, all of the places that I applied that wax, all of it's just rubbing off. And doesn't this give this a very aged look? And I just love how this turned out. And of course I sprayed it with my matte Mod Podge. And I'm gonna pull some flowers from my craft box. And these I had picked up a while back at Hobby Lobby. Now you can just as well use the flowers from Dollar Tree. And of course the pumpkins are from Dollar Tree, and so are the little metal words that I decide to put on here. But everyone, this is so pretty. I just love it, and I hope you do. Now, I had mentioned it in previous videos to pick up one of these rakes. So I hope that some of you did pick one of these up and have it in your craft stash. Now I'm going to use that drill bit of mine and just drill a hole in there, because zip tying this on is the best way to go. That way it will be on there securely and you won't have to worry about it moving around. And also when you're trying to glue something on plastic, a lot of times it doesn't want to hold, of course you probably already know, for a long period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and just zip tie this right on here. But everyone, this was such a pretty design and it makes the perfect little door greeter. And I think I might actually pop this one on my door. I like the simplicity of this one, and I just think that it's the perfect traditional fall decor piece to start out your fall season. Okay everyone, here comes my happy little accident where my rake was not dry. I got some black paint on there and I thought, you know what, this could not have turned out better. A lot of times I will paint over some of my soap flowers just to give them a little bit more depth and realism to them. And once I covered up that little spot, I thought, you know, I'm just going to take that leftover paint that had the plaster of Paris in there, and I'm just going to add that to the sunflowers. And wow, did it really make them stand out bright. But I don't know about you, but I absolutely love it when happy accidents like this happen in the craft world. And it's something that you can just go with, and it's something that you'll probably do again intentionally and not just as a little happy accident. But look how bright and pretty it made this flower look. Really happy with how that turned out. Well, that's a little tip from me today from my little mistake. So you can see I liked it so well, I decided to hop over second flower and just pop some more brightness on it. Now I'm going to take these adorable little pumpkins from Dollar Tree. I love how they wrapped these this year. I think this little rake door greeter is just perfect for fall. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one in the comments below. And of course, I'm just filling it in with some of the flowers that I had collected and had in my craft stash. And like I said, everyone, they've got plenty of beautiful fall flowers at Dollar Tree, but I have been trying to use up different things that I've collected along the way. Now, I always like to take the little metal signs and just highlight them a little bit with some white chalk paint. It seems like they stand out a lot better, especially on this particular design. But this one was Now for our next design, we're going to be creating this pumpkin bouquet. And once again, I'm going to be using that plaster of Paris in my linen white chalk paint. And I'm also going to be using that little candle wax tip again. Thank you again, Deidre. Loving this tip, and I wanted to see how it was going to work out on some of these items that I had picked up at Dollar Tree, and wonderful, worked out absolutely wonderful. And you can see I'm just kind of adding a teaspoon or two at a time and a little bit of water. I really don't have a measurement from this. I just wanted it to kind of have the consistency of like pancake batter, and it worked really well, and I suggest definitely giving this one a try. Now, I had these little candlesticks that I had picked up at the thrift store, and I'm just running them all in through the creases because I thought it would be really pretty to have that green popping through. So, of course, if you follow my channel, you know me, I'm going to paint this pumpkin white. And when I take just a little scrubby pad is all I use after I dry this really well. And do make sure you dry this really well. And you can see where I applied that candle wax. I'm just scraping it down, and it's just pulling all of that paint off. And you'll see here in a moment why this works. I actually take the little scrubby and go over the whole body of the pumpkin, and it is not removing any of the paint that did not have the candle wax on there. But everyone, I love this technique, and I hope you give it a try. Well, everyone, I only have these 2 DIYs for you today. I had a really busy weekend, and I've got some more that I haven't edited yet, and I will have another DIY for the fall series up for you on Wednesday. Now you can see I'm just kind of sanding this down with my little scrubby. Well, I'm actually just scrubbing it. I call it sanding. It's not really sanding. But we're going to go ahead now and take some of the antique wax and just darken up my little pumpkin stem. And then I'm going to seal all this in with some of my matte Mod Podge. But everyone, I hope you are having a happy Monday. I'm going to try to start uploading on Mondays, and I will get on a more accurate schedule. I'm still just trying to get through the busy season for us. Well, back to our pumpkin, you can see I'm popping in some of those florals, and this is some more that I had in my craft stash that I just decided to use. But they have, like I said, several beautiful bouquets of flowers there at Dollar Tree that you could use for this design also. But you'll have to let me know if you're going to give one of these a try or both of them. And definitely leave me a comment and let me know what you think of these designs and if they have inspired you to create your own pumpkin bouquet and your door greeter made out of one of the plastic rakes. Now I'm going to take and use that rope twine that I got at Dollar Tree and just make some of those tendrils that go up from the pumpkin there. And I only did one this time. Sometimes I do two, but I'm just going to, I did glue the end of that down where the rope kind of frays. And I'm just going to take this little pumpkin candle holder and glue it on there. Now I decided to do something a little different on this one. I do not like using moss that often, so I wanted to take some of this shredded paper, and I just kind of liked how the color tones blended with my arrangement that I had in the top. So I thought I'm going to give this one a try. You'll have to let me know what you think of my little shredded paper idea there. And I just glued that on thick, flipped it upside down, and just give it a little haircut. I think that was the hairdresser in me, everyone. And I just trimmed it up there really well and just flipped it over, and it kind of made it look like the pumpkin was sitting in a little pumpkin field. Well, everyone, here it is, and that is it for today's DIYs. And if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help my channel get noticed by YouTube. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and I will see you soon.